So the first poem I'm going to, the first poem I'm going to read is St. Agnes Eve, which was a poem famously written by Keats. Beautiful poem about if people look in a mirror on St. Agnes Eve, they will see the face of their lover. But I've written my own St. Agnes Eve poem, and so here it is. St. Agnes Eve. What bliss as I freeze in time, a ghostly shape in my fetal bed, seduced by fingers of ice. The moon was harvested in space-time, lost forever my vaginal state. Yet my heart burns through the cold. Is this real, or am I blinded by snow? Ice flowers on my window of dreams, etched on the glass like an offering, spellbound in an igloo of night. I sang as he caressed me in my bed, blissful moments in love with a white shark, drinking my virginal blood in candle flames. I disdained to mention the pain I felt in the dark. My forebear warned me not to succumb. It's a racial memory as my nose touches the glass and pins stick in my arms, piercing the flesh. The polka dot moon in blood spots, eruptions, but her execution is blocked in time. I shiver and look in his luminous eyes. As I kiss the mirror, I see my fate, breathe on the glass to disguise. But too late, his face appears, his eyes engage me, and I long for a kiss, a ritualistic offering, a sacrifice. That's for Rorschach. You'd like it. This one is called Waking. Traces of blood on the stained glass. She became besotted by the colours, orange upon orange upon orange. How to create the perfect crimson, as if the sun had penetrated her mother's icy heart. Now the glass was cracking into spiders, spiders on her wrist, insistent spiders, red-bellied, running down her fingers. I am Selene, the moon goddess. I descended the staircase at dawn in my glass slippers to assist at the haunting. Shall we commence with the sounds? You may yawn at this table. This is not a passionate gathering. You are tired of waiting, but don't needle me with your boredom. I've no need of your impetus. I'm like a bull already enraged by barbs. Mother, mother, I know that you're there now, silent in the shadows. Don't make me wait. I'm cold. I waited for you before. Remember? After school, outside outside, sitting on the cold step with a key hanging around my neck, afraid to go in, afraid of the consuming dark, afraid of my uncle's nimble fingers as he played dark and loose on the black piano, the dream of Olwyn. Don't leave me again, or are you in heaven with the angels? If so, can you spare us just a few minutes of your time? After all, you have until eternity. How can you refuse the wishes of the moon? Come down now, unless you're in the other place. The apparition appears. There's a rustle of anticipation around the table. Hands begin to sweat. Blood drips from its wrists onto the robe. So, you've come at last. That was a long meeting. Your eyes are so blue as that heavenly robe that you're wearing. Mine are black jade crossed with moonlight, like St. John's stone. That semi-precious stone found in the lakes at Kashmir. The Kashmiris say it's the Holy Cross inside. And the third, it's translations that Robert and I did of two French poets, just short poems, and we published them in our magazine. And Yeah, I've got the English version and I just found them. I thought I'll read them actually. One is Cocteau, Jean Cocteau, and they've never been translated into English before, as far as I know, but plain chant. You dream of Egypt and you're the mummy in a gold mask. Are you looking under this rich imprint of a tortured queen? When the night of love defeats you and repaints like a black embalmer, forget about the centuries and the seas. Return to float above, repossess your face, which sinks. And the other one is Aragon, which is, well, it's called Bias. I dance among the miracles. 1,000 suns are painted on the ground. 1,000 friends, 1,000 stares. Ignite me with your eyes. Tears of petrol on the road. Spilt blood between the hangars. I dash from one day to the next and enjoy the whiff of danger. Flashier than Technicolor. A strange bed every night when flame is the color of wind. I accelerate my car. Fire a warning from the beacons. And it's amazing, really, because we were trying to find poems that would fit into our magazine, the Chimera magazine we had, and they seemed just right. And I translated them, and then Robert rewrote them. So it was a combined effort. So, but then, yeah, someone said they were good, actually. So that's why I read them to show off a bit. But anyway, I think they're nice poems. Thanks. Thank you, David.
Iceland's imagistic dance. Now, Iceland, of course, the Russian poet, imagist poet, not like the Western imagists, but Russian imagists. Iceland's imagistic dance. An incredible opportunity to play Rachmaninoff, believing in the world vision of Copernicus. The Tsarina Alexandria's babushka doll, after Sarajevo and the Archduke's assassination, listening to Tchaikovsky's Sixth Symphony in Venice or St. Petersburg, Petrograd, the snowflake window, mirror the wreckage, territory deadlocked in bombardment, atomic dust particles, ultraviolet wavelengths, believing in the world vision of Copernicus. I danced for the Russian ballet, a ghost ago, a phoenix rising from the dark star. For Isadora Duncan, to the tremors of the piano, a nostalgic tone recalling my childhood, the vastness of the old school parallel bars, the gymnastics of hyperspace, cartwheeling, crossing the river to the mountains of the moon, overstrung piano, star shimmering, bejeweled, arriving at the airport, flying out from Moscow, svelte dancers mirror the rhapsody's crescendo, spinning akin to Sufi mystics, whirling dervishes. I danced for the Russian royalty, a ghost ago.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
I do.
Oh.
You haven't read it to me before, have you?
Oh, that's about to be published in a magazine in England, who's taken our books, Literal Press magazine.
You should try them, David. They might like your work, actually. I think they would. Literal magazine.
They love spiritual work.
They'd like yours, I think.
Awaiting Adonai. Falling asleep, hypnopompic dream, drifting in the moonlight. Recrudescent, Ophidian, nymphae spinning in the sun, iridescent in an astral trajectory, an archangelic essence from the altar of Jupiter, ascending the sun's synergy, worshippers of the devil sacrifice Isis in accordance with the Hierophants, high in the Brocken, in the Hertz Mountains, awaiting the lunar eclipse of Europa, celebrating the ashes of Sodom and Gomorrah, Ophidian nymphae spinning in the sun. Psychopomps led souls to the tomb, in crystal clear skies, awaiting Adonai. Returning from Azerbaijani Valley, operation headed for the attack unit, spinning within the eye of the Siberian tiger, returning from beyond the Himalayas. Soundtrack of airborne lightning fighters, traveling via satellite, under the radar, shape-shifting in midair, akin to the Mississippi, sightings of Cherokee Mountain Valley, returning to New Mexico, an Andalusian dogfight, rangers cross time and space, approaching Nirvana, a swordfish in the global spirit, avalanche in the woodlands of Darjeeling, returning from the Azerbaijani Valley. Thank you very much.